Beloved, breathe. Come close to the sound of my voice. Feel how it settles in your chest like warm light pouring through stained glass at dawn. Feel how the room hushes as if the wind itself stepped back to listen. Because this moment is not random, and this encounter is not small. I have waited for this second, the way a watchman waits for morning, and I have guided your steps here like a river guides its silver body back to the sea. Because I have seen your nights, I have heard the rustle of your quiet fears. I have watched you stare into the dim ceiling when the clock forgets mercy and the hours turn heavy. And I have known the ache you have been carrying like a stone tucked inside the rib cage. And now I unfold the message I wrote for you long before you pressed play. A message tender and strong. A message that tastes like peace and feels like gold settling into your hands. A message that I, Jesus, who loves you beyond measure, speak directly into the softest place of your soul. You are not late. You are not lost. You are not disqualified. And you are not alone. My presence is nearer than the pulse in your wrist, nearer than your next breath. And I have come to lift what you cannot lift and mend what you cannot reach, to return you to the warmth you thought had faded, to restore your fire and your focus and your fearless joy, because your heart has value beyond calculation, and I will not let the shadows convince you they own the room they only visit. I watched when the hunger that once lit your prayers grew thin and quiet, when your words were more memory than flame, when you stood where you once felt me, and it felt like the air was blank. And I was with you even then, not as a judge counting missteps, but as a healer reading your walls like a physician reads a pulse, noting every flicker, every whisper of life still bright beneath the surface, waiting for the smallest opening to pour in living strength. I have never been far. I have never withheld myself from you, and I have not changed my mind about you for even a breath. For I stay steady where your emotions sway. I stay constant where your seasons shift. I stay loyal where your mind accuses itself. And I have come to call you back to the center, back to the place where the noise falls away and your true name returns like music you forgot you knew. Listen now. Let the world soften at the edges. Let the lights inside you blink on one by one like windows along a quiet street. Because I am speaking with clarity and compassion, and I am pulling you from the edge of drift and the brink of numbness and the lie that you must figure it out alone. Feel my hand on your shoulder, steady and kind. Feel my breath over your worries like the warm tide smoothing a fragile shore. Feel how I change the weather in your thoughts, how the storm starts to loosen, how the fog uncurls and thins, how the horizon opens its arms again, because I am appointing this very minute to be your turning, your recalibration, your gentle but undeniable return to the path that holds your truest life. You have tried to fill the emptiness with tasks that don't satisfy, and screens that don't bless, and conversations that leave a hollowness ringing like an empty cup. And I have watched you make small trades you told yourself were harmless, trades of passion for convenience, of conviction for comfort, of listening for performing. And yet I did not recoil, I did not leave. I stood in the doorway of your days with patient eyes and a heart burning for you, and I whispered your name in the spaces between your thoughts until the sound at last found you here. I am not scolding you, I am rescuing you. I am not shaming you, I am strengthening you. I am not exposing you for harm, I am revealing the treasure I placed within you so you can hold it again with both hands. Hear me, child of my heart, because I know the war you have faced, not a loud war of obvious enemies, but a slow erosion,
a steady pull, little degrees of distance that piled up in silence. And I am telling you today that the thief did not steal your future. He only dimmed the lamps for a time. and I am relighting them now. I am opening the windows of your spirit and letting the fragrance of fresh rain sweep the stale air away. And I am calling your courage to the front again. You do not need to perform to be welcomed. You do not need to purchase what is already yours. You do not need to climb what I have already lowered like a ladder of pure mercy into your room. Stand still and feel it. The ground under your feet is steady because I am here. The weight on your chest loosens because I am here. The voice that said, "It's too late," is losing volume because I am here. I am the faithful friend who walks through locked doors, the steady hand that holds you when the questions multiply, the light that can find you in any distance. And I come not empty-handed, but carrying a bundle of gifts wrapped in mourning. Peace that doesn't have a reason, joy that doesn't need permission, wisdom that fits your life like a tailored garment, and a flow of provision that answers not just your needs, but your calling. Now breathe again, slowly, like you are sipping light. Imagine with me, first visualization. There is a field at sunrise, and the grass is brushed with dew like a million tiny mirrors. And I am standing there with you, and as the sun lifts, streams of gold cross your face and your hands, and with every ray I speak your true story back to you. Chosen, loved, guided, capable, protected, overflowing. See how the light gathers at your chest and spills outward? See how it runs down your arms and into your fingertips? See how it writes my promise across your skin like warm script that only you and I can read. And know that the glow you feel is not pretend. It is the confirmation that heaven's attention is on you now. I am turning the page for you, not tearing out the old chapters, but redeeming them, weaving even the detours into a pattern that makes sense when seen from the high hill of my wisdom. And I am marking this day as the first day of your returning clarity. You will not waste energy on regret, because regret is a room with no windows, and I have given you a key made of grace to walk out into the wide air. You will not let shame hold the script, because shame is a liar with a megaphone, and I am lowering the volume until you barely remember its sound. You will not confuse distance with destiny, because your destiny has been kept safe inside my hands, and your distance is dissolving as we speak. I release now a fresh fire over your prayer, not the frantic spark that burns out quickly, but the steady hearth that warms a home. I teach your mouth the ease of conversation with me again, not a transaction, but a friendship, not a performance, but a presence. And I place a song in you, not necessarily a melody for others to hear, but a quiet rhythm that keeps step with my heart. So simple and so constant that you will find yourself humming hope while you wash dishes, while you commute, while you lay your head down and lift it up again. Child, I am also the Lord of abundance, and I do not speak of wealth with a tight fist. I speak of it with open palms, palms that hold both the resources you need and the wisdom to direct them. I bless your hands not merely to accumulate, but to build, not merely to collect, but to create rivers that water dry gardens. I am appointing angels over your ideas, over your projects, over your daily labor, and as you align your steps with my voice, you will notice doors that once stuck now swing. You will notice invitations with your name engraved on them. You will notice favor arriving on schedules you could not engineer. Your provision is not a prize for perfection. It is the natural climate of a life that stays near to my presence, the way blossoms appear when winter releases and spring steps over the threshold. Let the second visualization rise before your inner eyes. You stand before ancient gates taller than your highest hope. They have carvings that look like rivers of light, and as you approach with a quiet yes in your chest, the hinges lift their own weight and the gates drift open without a sound. and inside there is a marketplace of purpose. Stalls draped with fabrics of opportunity, and jars of time restored, and baskets of ideas ripe like fruit. And a wind moves through the place carrying the scent of new beginnings. This is not fantasy. This is a picture of what happens when your life and my will move together like two sides of the same stream. And I lead you to the exact table that bears what you need next, and I whisper, "Take it, this is yours." You reach and your hand does not tremble, because you finally believe that to receive from me is not stealing, it is the rightful act of a child at home. I am resensitizing your ears to my whisper. You will catch my guidance again, like the way a familiar perfume turns your head in a crowd. You will sense my nudges with renewed ease, the inner yes and no that keeps you from wasting what I gave you. You will wake knowing the next small step, and you will take it without panic, because panic has no seat at your table anymore. And in each faithful step, watch how I multiply results, how I bend timelines, how I cause seeds you forgot you planted to press through the soil with green determination. I know you wonder if you went too far, if the warm place you knew is sealed, if my favor has moved on. But I tell you with all the authority of the one who named every star, nothing in your past has the power to close a door I am opening. Nothing you regret can outrun the mercy I pour. Nothing you feared can survive the brightness of the truth I am lighting within you. For I am the one who can call to life what lay still, and I am doing it now. I stand before the tomb of your tired heart, and I call you by your name, and the stone rolls like a tired drum, and the air changes temperature, and you feel the first breath of resurrection enter places you thought were permanently winter. Now rise, my child. Let that command fall through you like the first thunder of spring. Rise from delay. Rise from excuses. Rise from self-accusation. Rise into your answered prayer. Receive this blessing. Let it soak the soil of your days. Let it find the roots of your purpose. Let it spread through the branches of your relationships and your work and your quiet thoughts. I am not handing you a burden. I am handing you wings shaped like responsibility and joy, wings that fit your shoulders exactly. You are worried about time, but time is mine to redeem. You are worried about resources, but resources report to me. You are worried about guidance, but guidance is the river that flows from my throne, and you will never lack a stream while you walk with me. You are worried about what others think, but their opinion cannot purchase your destiny. Fix your attention on my face, and you will find my eyes laughing with love, and my mouth forming the next direction with such gentleness, you will wonder why you ever strained to hear. Bring your practical concerns, the rent, the debt, the deadline, the unseen bill arriving next month, and lay them like ordinary loaves and fish into my hands. I know how to enlarge what is small. I know how to turn scarcity into sufficiency, and sufficiency into overflow. I know how to align you with people who carry the keys to rooms you need to enter. I know how to teach you to steward your increase so that it flows like a river that never runs dry. I will not tease you with hope and abandon you in the follow-through. I am a finisher, and I am teaching you how to finish with me. You have believed that your zeal was a past season, a young flame that reality cooled. But no, maturity in me is not colder, it is deeper. It is the steady warmth of coals that cook a whole feast. It is patience that feels like power, and humility that feels like clear air. From this day, you will pray less like a beggar at a locked door, and more like a beloved who knows the layout of the house. And your words will carry trust, and your trust will draw answers, and the answers will teach you even greater trust. Your worship will taste like water after thirst, simple and sweet. Your time in my words will read like personal letters with your name between the lines. Your work will hum with purpose, even when tasks seem small. and your rest will become real rest, because guilt will not be allowed to tiptoe into your room and shake you awake with false alarms. Let the third visualization open like a slow curtain. You are standing in a gentle rain that shines as it falls, every drop a tiny prism, and as it touches your skin, it becomes a promise fulfilled. You laugh without forcing it. You lift your face. You let it soak your hair and clothing, and your old doubts wash down into the ground. Around you, the soil drinks, and flowers you didn't plant start pushing up, white and gold and soft blue. This is miracle rain. This is answer rain. This is the blessing that makes no sorrow. Let it fall on your mind and cleanse the old scripts. Let it fall on your memory and soften the sharp edges. Let it fall on your plans and make them flexible enough for my sudden goodness. Now hear the cadence of truth that I am wrapping around you like a cloak, and repeat it in your heart until it becomes your new reflex. I am provided for. I am guided wisely. I am favored without striving. I am expanding in holy wealth. I am calm, courageous, and clear. I am rooted in love that never leaves. I am overflowing so I can overflow to others. Let this affirmation flow become the undersong of your days, the 7 steps of your breath, the drum beneath your decisions, because as you speak it with me, you agree with what I already wrote for you, and agreement is the door through which manifestation walks as naturally as morning follows night. I see you wondering whether to hope this big, and I tell you, hope is not a risk here. Hope is a homecoming. If you step forward 1 inch, I meet you with miles. If you open your hand, I place what fits now and keep your future ready for when your hand grows larger. I am not against your prosperity. I am against anything that would own you. So I will teach you to carry increase like a servant of goodness rather than a servant of anxiety. I will show you how to invest in people and ideas that align with heaven's ethics, how to draw boundaries that protect your kindness without hardening your heart, how to say yes like a gate and no like a guardian. I will walk you into rooms where your presence itself is an answer to someone else's prayer, and you will know it by the way peace fills the corners when you arrive. When accusations whisper that you are behind, remember that I do not measure you by speed, but by surrender. When fatigue suggests that your best moments have passed, remember that I saved the sweetest wine for later. When comparison tries to tangle you, remember that I wrote your script in my own handwriting and no one else can perform it. Come back again and again to this simplicity. Keep your ear on my chest. Keep your eyes on my light. Keep your hands open for both receiving and releasing. Keep your steps small enough to obey quickly and large enough to be brave. The old heaviness you carried will try to knock again, but you will notice that my peace answers the door first. The old distractions will wave from the window, but you will see them with new clarity and smile, because you know what they cost and you know what you have now. The old loneliness will reach for you, but you will find me inside your very breath, and you will find the right people arriving, drawn by the fragrance of the life I am rekindling in you. I declare over you a season of repair made joyful, a rebuilding that feels like singing, a replanting that grows fast because the soil is blessed. I declare reconciliations where you only expected distance. I declare insights that cut in a single sentence what knotted itself over months. I declare timely opportunity, the kind that rings true the moment you hear it. I declare fresh strength in your body and sweetness in your sleep. I declare that the wealth I release to you will not erode your tenderness, but will amplify your generosity. I declare that doors will open with less pushing and more presence, because my name on you is weight enough to turn the lock. Let this be the day you mark not with fear, but with gratitude, because gratitude is the speed of blessing. And as you bless me for what I have done and what I am doing and what I will do, the river widens. Become fluent in thanksgiving. Let it color your sentences and lace your mornings. Let it be the gold thread through your afternoons. Let it tuck you in at night like a soft blanket. And as you do, watch how anxiety unhooks its claws and slides off you like an old coat you did not realize you could shed. Do not postpone this turning. I am here now, and now is mighty. Do not argue with grace. Let it win. Do not shrink from your calling. Expand into it with a quiet smile and a steady gaze. Take the next faithful step and do it with me. I will teach you minute by minute how to protect what I restore, how to keep the flame tended, how to close the gate at night and open it in morning. I will make your boundaries kind and your vision clear. I will satisfy your needs and surprise your desires, not because you must earn it, but because you have said yes to being loved. And so I bless you. I bless your mind to think clean and bright like a sky after rain. I bless your heart to stay warm and brave. I bless your voice to carry truth without sharpness and kindness without compromise. I bless your hands to gather and to give, to design and to deliver, to work with delight. I bless your feet to walk paths of peace and to tread on fear without noticing it beneath your step. I bless your home to hum with laughter and soft rest. I bless your future to align with my goodness in ways that make you shake your head in smiling wonder. I bless your present with enough, more than enough, and then overflow, so you become a living reminder that I am still generous, still able, still here. Feel the warmth wrapping your shoulders as if someone draped a soft cloak over you. That is my presence. Feel the quiet confidence rising without a speech. That is my spirit. Feel the lift under your next breath. That is your answered prayer beginning to move. And as you walk from this moment, walk like someone who belongs, because you do. Walk like someone forgiven, because you are. Walk like someone favored, because I have placed my name on you, and my mark is blessing. And now, while your heart is tender and your eyes are bright, say these simple closing words with me. Let them be the seal upon this holy conversation, soft and sure like the last light of evening resting on water. I am ready to receive. I am chosen for abundance. I am guided by light. I am one with divine love. I am free. I am blessed.